said, going into 2025, I want to do more put more of my interests out on YouTube to make friends and stuff around my interests. I've done a couple things on anime. Obviously, I have the gaming, and now today we're gonna talk about. I'm probably gonna do this for only the PLEs because I don't have time to do it for Monday night, Friday night, and PLEs and stuff. So I'll probably just do this for PLEs. But we're talking about the Royal Rumble. It just happened yesterday. There's a lot of I see disagreement online already because everybody's got their favorites, which is fair. So remember to keep it civil, keep it calm. Understand storylines and stuff like that, and how things can turn out, and just breathe in, breathe out, and let's talk about the Royal Rumble. And we'll start right off. And I have, hold up, whoop, woo, chaos already. We'll talk about first the Women's Royal Rumble, obviously, because it started first. So I gotta put my list up here so I can see. We're gonna go entrant by entrant, how it went, how, do we think they should have won? Do we think they should have lost the way they did? Like, blah, 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 blah. Probably not dwell on things too long. God, I wish I could turn off chairs in this world. Whatever, that's fine. I work. Let me turn off this. Okay. So we start off Io Sky, Liv Morgan with a 1 and 2, which has made me a little sad because obviously we still have the Elimination Chamber to get Io the match versus Rhea, because that seems to be the consensus what everybody wants, because an Io Rhea match could cook. But once Io came out number 1, I was like, there's no shot she's winning, because I'm pretty sure Rhea came in number 1 2023 and went wire to wire and won. And then last year Bayley came in number 1 and went wire to wire and won. So I was like, there's no shot they're doing 3 years in a row. No shot. Liv Morgan, it seems like they're posturing Liv and Raquel for a tag team run again. Probably move her out of the single scene, so she wasn't gonna win it. Roxanne Perez was the first shock, I guess, because she was in it last year, so she's probably gonna be in it this year. Especially she's probably getting called up sooner rather than later. It seems maybe they'll wait till after Mania, but I don't know. I feel like she should be called up already. Like, she showed out last year, and she came and showed out this year. Should have won. I would have been a shock. Then we had Lyra Valkyria, who had the typical run-in, fight for 30 seconds, show off a little bit, and then nothing really substantial until getting thrown out. Chelsea Green, who U.S. champion, well, Lyra's the IC title holder, and then we had Chelsea Green at 5, the U.S. title holder. So they're just out here to get some time, show off a little bit. Then we had BFAB, who they seem to be working on pushing a little bit, but she was clearly not going to win. Then we had Ivy Nile, who ended up eliminating Lyra Valkyria. So we're setting up, Lyra's first challenger for the title, I guess. It was kind of disappointing that Lyra didn't really do much, because kind of made her look a little weak, but then we had Zoe Stark, Lash Legend, and Bianca Belair, 8, 9, 10. Zoe Stark had a botch again. Other than that, she's good, but has the issues, and it's getting hard to ignore the issues, because it seems like every time she botches something, and that stands out obviously more because people focus on the bad instead of the good. Lash Legend had a pretty cool showing, showed off her strength, blah blah blah, ran in. Bianca Belair, I'll get on her once we get down a little bit further to Naomi. Shayna Baszler came in to work with Zoe Stark. We had Bailey finally come in at 12. She had a couple good spots, but like, I'm gonna say this right now, I don't like the last like few years. The women's rumble has been the better. The women's whatchamacallit, can't think of the word. The Money in the Bank has been better. This year, it was this women's rumble was kind of disappointing. I feel like it was a lower end on Triple H's point. Like, he did not cook with this one as he had in the past. Like, it looks like any spot they tried to come up with was, so nobody really had. I don't remember like any big standout spots except for like setting up the first IC title so far. The Pure Fusion Collective grouping up and working together. Then we had Sonya Deville come out to further the Pure Fusion Collective, one of the worst flippin' names in wrestling I've ever heard. They ran amok for a while. Maxine Dupree came out. This is one of the spots I remember because Maxine came out, had back and forth with Ivy Nile while PFC just looked on, and we had Maxine get the show out for a little bit and eliminating Ivy Nile. So then we had Naomi, which now go back to Bianca. These two, the whole match, were sitting there like partner, buddy, and I thought this was leading to something at 30, which I'll get to when we get to 30. But then we had Jada Parker at 16. I'm gonna be honest, I don't watch NXT, so I don't know much about her. She had some, the standard again, run out, have some moment. Piper Niven was here to rescue Chelsea Green at the time because she was in trouble, getting chased around and stuff. And this set up Piper Niven ending up eliminating Chelsea Green, which I think is going to lead to Piper Niven being I think Piper Niven should and will be the one that takes the US title off of Chelsea Green. We'll see if that ends up becoming true, but I think that's the direction they seem to be heading. Because hopefully they get off this. I love Michin. I do not love this Michin versus Chelsea thing dragging on as long as it has. Like, Triple H has had a really big issue with that lately in his booking, just hanging on things too long, like way too long. Like the Damian Priest versus Judgment Day. Thank God he's finally on SmackDown. The Kofi Kingston, like the New Day heel turn has kind of like stagnated and just not gone nowhere and stuff, and like, so it's becoming an issue, but maybe he'll realize that and fix that, because I'll give Triple H benefit of the doubt, he earned it. But then we had Natalya in to keep her streak of every thing, and like, it's a shame because she's a good wrestler, but like they just seem to just throw her out there as like she's there kind of thing. And that's not fair to her because she is a really good wrestler, but it feels like they're kind of disrespecting her a little bit. Then we had Jordynne Grace, who has officially joined WWE after last year appearing as a jump over from TNA. Then we had Michin jump in for the her versus Piper stuff, because we're still on that, because apparently we can't move to any other story or anything, even though Michin's lost like 6 times now. Then we had the first real shock. They'd been talking about contract issues. We don't think she's coming back anytime soon. And then bam, Alexa Bliss was here and all decked out with a whole bunch of things calling back to Bray Wyatt, hinting at the Wyatt 6. So that's probably her next direction. I saw a lot of people were upset she didn't win. Like, that's a bit much. She's been out of wrestling for like 2 years, so immediately putting her in the main event of WrestleMania was not it. So I think they're gonna do whatever they're gonna do with the Wyatt 6, so she'll probably get like a slow run back into the thing instead of just diving right in. Then we had Zelina Vega, standard stuff, Candice LeRae, and then we had Stephanie Vaquer from NXT. I think if there's one thing that's clear, it's like the main roster of women has seemed to just kind of stagnate a little bit, while NXT seems stacked, it's probably time. I know they're probably not going to do it anytime soon, but it's probably time that we call up like Stephanie Vicker, Roxanne Perez, who should have been up, sometime in the last year anyways. And you got like Lash Legend and stuff like that. Like, you've got so many strong women in NXT. And I know you don't want to gut NXT, but there's plenty of people I feel to fill there to like start building the next people. Because right now, like the women's roster and feels like it needs that injection. It needs something. And then we had, what was it? Where was I? 25. It was Trish Stratus. I was kind of like hoping maybe they'd let Trish win it just because they teased back when a while back the Trish versus Tiffany Stratton thing. So I thought maybe that would go somewhere. It didn't. And then we had, where's my list? There it is. Raquel Rodriguez, who I liked Raquel before she left. Since she's come back, she feels so useless in the writing because she's supposed to be a bodyguard, but she's like the worst bodyguard probably ever. Like, has she protected Liv from anything? Like, genuine question. I feel like every time I turn around, she's out of the way. Liv's getting beat up or hurt or, attacked or put down and stuff like that. And Raquel's like, oh, wait, I'm supposed to be there. Whoa, whoops. Woo. So, I don't know. Like, Raquel is a good wrestler. Again, right up there with Natalya. I don't know if she's on Natalya's level. She's a good wrestler. And then just like Natalya, though, they are disrespecting her and not using her properly. And so maybe with this tag thing they seem to be pushing towards, maybe that will help Raquel be a little better than just a turnstile at this point. Like that, or that meme of like the security guy that does like just, whoop, yep, you're good. Because security is not Raquel's strongest point. Then we had 27, the magic number 27, Charlotte Flair's return that had been heavily put out there with all the videos on Friday night for the last like 2-3 weeks. Sorry. Then we had Julia, the NXT Women's Champion. We had a neat stare down between her and Io. Maybe something we come to down the road when Julia eventually gets called up as well to the roster. That could be a really, really good match between the talented two. Then we had Nia Jax run in 29. We're almost to the end of this match. And they did this really weird spot where it was like, what, 8 of them? I think were on the, all pulled each other out to the thing. And then, Nia ran over and that spot did not go clean. It was supposed to be oh my God, but it looked messy. It looked super messy and rough. And I don't think that cooked the way they hoped it would. But, Nia Jax did in this one set the record for most eliminations all time in the Women's Rumble. So, I think she was tied with Rhea, right? Pretty sure she was tied with Rhea at 20. But Rhea, of course, wasn't in this because she's the current champion. So Nia Jax went ahead by 6, 7. Can't remember. And then, sorry. And then at number 30, this is where I thought Jade was going to come in. Because especially, like I said, with Bianca and Naomi, they were buddy the entire time. They were overselling the partner thing, right? Because yes, there's teams all the time that show up in there. But they split up from time to time. These two were stuck together. So I was expecting number 30 to be Jade finally. Unless Jade is actually legitimately hurt. Because I was expecting Jade to come out and attack whoever it was that attacked her, and we kind of set that up moving forward. But I guess that's just going to be a normal TV thing or something. I don't know what they're really doing with that, because we've kind of slightly mentioned it in the back end segments in SmackDown, but it's kind of got thrown to the wayside. So I don't know if Jade's actually hurt and not here. Another surprise for me was that Becky's not here, because Becky was supposed to return apparently originally, according to reports and stuff, January 6th Raw on Netflix, and now here it is, December 1st at the Royal Rumble, and we still have not seen her, so we have no idea what's going on with her. It's kind of like, what? Who knows at this point? Unless they're going to hold her out till like all the way after Mania. But because there's reports that she signed the new deal, so she's got the new deal, she's got everything set up, so I guess a matter. So instead, at 30, instead of any of that, we got Nikki Bella. I guess it's cool to see old wrestlers that were doing good, but it didn't really do anything. It felt like a waste of a spot, especially at 30. Because normally at 30 is supposed to be like a pretty big return and stuff, but because Nikki Bella's not going to make a run in WWE, she's not going to be back on Monday night or Friday night or anything like that. So this is kind of just like a throwaway. I don't know if they had a different plan and Nikki was the fallback, or if this was the plan. Because, like I said, this match overall just kind of disappointing. The spots looked weird at times, and there was, like, normally I feel like there's more standout moments in the Women's Rumble in the past years. This year, there wasn't anything, and, like I said, they tried, like, the Nia Jax eliminating a bunch of people at once. Looked really sloppy, really messy, so... And then, of course, the boring, obvious choice was Charlotte Flair won. Hopefully she doesn't go on to immediately win the title again, because it's like the joke is like that she's like destined to return and immediately win gold. That's how it goes. So I feel like they could have done something else to put Charlotte in there, but who knows? I guess I'm guessing it's gonna be Charlotte versus Tiffany. I don't know what Tiffany's gonna do, unless she's not gonna have a single match till like months after winning the title. That'd be a little weird. Like, if she doesn't have her like first match till you would think she would start feuding as soon as Charlotte's like, I'm coming after you, because hopefully we don't do Charlotte versus Rhea again. It's normally a good match, but it's like we've seen that like 3 times, I believe, at Mania already, so we don't need it a 4th time. Not yet. Maybe a couple more years between that. But yeah, and then so like I said, overall I say like 6 out of 10. Disappointment this year. Not terrible, but not great, not stand out in any way. A couple people I'd like to see win, and it came down to Roxanne and Charlotte. I think they should have just pulled the trigger right there on Roxanne. Like, she had shown out in the entire match, and she showed out last year. She's like well on her way. You could have used this to pole vault her to the main roster, and instead we handed it to Charlotte. So welcome back, Charlotte. So she's not a bad option, but it's just like it's the safe, boring option. And then we had I'm not gonna lie, I didn't really pay attention to this match. The best 2 out of 3 falls match between the Motor City Machine Guns and DIY. Do I think it's DIY, I'm pretty sure. I could be dumb. I feel like they just threw this one in there because each Rumble goes about an hour and a half, so that's already 3 hours of runtime. The next match ran about an hour, so you're already looking at 4 hours with just those 3. So they were like, throw something in there we can kind of do short. And I like the teams that were in it, but it's just like, I don't know. Like, it was a solid match, but I feel like Triple H doesn't know how to book tag teams. Maybe, I don't know. But it was, and then we got the ruin of the match and stuff like that, and it was just not my thing. Not my thing. but we're gonna quickly pass it because, like I said, I feel like it was just a throw in there to get it done, get it over with, get that 4th match on the card so it's not just 3 matches, and move on. So next we had the Cody, the Universal Champion, versus KO, the real champion, in their ladder match. And the only thing there is to say about this match is holy brutality. Like, it's a good thing Cody's such a worker and KO is so safe, because these two, like, protected each other while making it look like this stuff looked violent. There was multiple times in this match where I was like, especially because the way the refs and officials were acting at a couple times they definitely oversold the oh no, but a couple times it seemed like legit. There was a couple spots where it was like, is this, like, you ask a little bit, is this real, or is, like, and then like, these two are just allowed to go brutal. It was one of those matches where you're like peeking through your hands, like, man, this is hard to watch, but I can't look away. Like, it was like, this is the perfect conclusion to this, like, just month long of these two just going at it. Like, there was nothing held back, nothing, like. And then we got some of the coolest, like, coldest shots afterwards of Cody holding the titles while KO's just sitting there dazed out of his mind. But obviously, it seems like both came away, unscathed in the way of wrestling. So, first and foremost, entertainment's great, but don't want any injuries to happen to them. So, glad they were able to give such a fucking hell of a match, ending with the Alabama Slam through the ladder. I don't remember what the move was called, but where KO like kind of suplex drove him off in front of him off the turnbuckle onto the ladder, and Cody just like kind of like dead fell on the floor and didn't move for like a solid minute. KO laying there folded up in the ladder upside down. Like, that match was brutal. Just like, all you gotta say is brutal. It was great. It was a car crash you could not look away from. And like I said, with the way these two have been feuding with each other, this was like the perfect level of brutality and just pure mayhem you expect from it. Like, I can sit here and ramble about it all day, but I'm just gonna say solid match. I give it 10 out of 10. Now I don't know where we go next with Cody, but that match, me and my friend at work were talking about, like, oh my god, that match was brutal. So we get to the final match, the first and last match of the big reason we're here, the Royal Rumble. We're in the men's Royal Rumble now. We start off with Rey Mysterio, the Legend, and Penta, the like legend but new to WWE, just like been here about a month. We set up like they did the respect, like, yeah, we love each other because we respect each other and blah blah blah. But at the same time, maybe we're setting up something a little later. I'd be down to see Penta versus Rey Mysterio. They put on a hell of a match, I'm sure. Then we had Chad Gable. I'm kind of mixed on him. I feel like he's great in the ring, but anytime I see one of his promos, it's just like, he has his good promos, and then he has his like promos. So I'm like, I don't know where I sit on him right now. It's kind of like a wishy-washy one. I don't know. Carmelo Hayes, I don't know what they're doing with Carmelo Hayes. Like, he's young, so there's no reason to panic like I see people do. Like, they can anytime turn around and have him start winning and stuff and rebuild him and stuff. It's like there's no reason to worry. They clearly like him. He's used a lot. Right now he's not on the victorious side of things, but whenever they do decide to start pushing him, they can fix everything. You know, there's plenty of times where, you know, like Priest was taking all the losses when he was before he's booted out of Judgment Day, and now he's booked strong. So, and a lot of people don't seem to remember that part. So it's like, it's fine. He's got plenty of time. So we'll sit there and, you know, kind of relax, breathe in, breathe out, and see where this goes in the future. For right now, Carmelo Hayes just feels like they just kind of throw him out there to take a beating, you know, most of the time. Then we had Santos Escobar, where we were like setting up this, like, Chad Gable was given a number by Dom of a luchador, an expert that deals with luchadors, and so I thought we were gonna get something somewhere in the Rumble about it, but I guess we just teased it for the sake of teasing it, to remind people that, yeah, that happened on TV. I don't know. We had Otis, who came in and had, you know, a couple spots with Chad Gable's where we went off that. Then we had a match, and now we're back to it. So another one of those Triple H's just like dragging something on way too long. Like, I feel like we missed the moment of that. Like, that should have happened, like, what, like 6 months ago or something? Like, I don't know. I feel like that was forever ago that they had their falling out. Then we just kind of did nothing for, like, several months. And then we're like, yep, we're back to that now. Like, what? What? Huh? Why? What? Why are we back here? Like, we're... So... Then we had Braun Breaker, who had a very strong showing in this Rumble. So, you know, just further cementing he's going to be a major player in the next few years, maybe even by the end of this year, I would say. I think, if, you know, my booking of in my head of what I would do. Then we had what was supposed to be Akira Tozawa, but he got, you know, slammed face first into the entranceway, and they were like, whoa, you can't go, Speed, get out there. And YouTuber ISO Speed was there, so he went in the match, you know, had an elimination, so yeah. And then he got speared, dude. Speared the hell, like, holy shit. Sorry, it was absolutely insane. Just like, God, that, like, I don't know if the after video I saw, like, of him getting carted back to the back, if he was just selling that well, or if, because, I mean, this hit looked vicious. Like, I don't think he took it right, probably, because he turned, like, the wrong way, and kind of got, like, hit in the side and stuff, and not used to it, obviously, and then thrown over the announce table. So, definitely a lot more rough than the RKO he took before at the... Oh, Mania last year by Orton. And then we had, where am I? Sheamus, who had some very strong showings in this. And, like, I hope there's some way, somewhere, he gets his Intercontinental chance to finish that. Because we don't know how long we have left of Sheamus. He's not any, like, he doesn't do all the razzle dazzle. He's just a beach kind of person. So... then we had Big Jim. I wish I'd stop calling him Big Jim. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I love Jimmy Uso. I think he's a little undervalued by fans, but I can see it. Why? Like, they have to stop calling him Big Jim. It makes it sound almost comedic. Like, it makes it a little comedic when you're like, Big Jim, Big Jim, Big Jim. It's Jimmy Uso. Just say Jimmy. Just say Jimmy Uso. You know? Stop it. Stop with the Big Jim. Stop. It makes him sound like kind of a comedic act. And he can be taken a little more seriously if you stop calling him Big Jim. Stop it. Then we had Andrade, who kind of just another one of those wrestlers that's kind of middling around right now. Like Chad Gable, where he's there. He gets used from time to time, and nothing really comes from anything. So it's like, then we had Jacob Fatu, who had a really strong showing. He is going to be crazy. We set up a couple like future like stare downs of the I look at you, you look at me, it's super serious, and this is gonna happen. And then someone interrupted it, and so we'll get to that later kind of deal. And then we had Ludwig Kaiser, who sat outside the ring for like his entire time, like, haha, I'm gonna wait out here to pick my point. And as soon as he picked his point, he got eliminated almost immediately. Like, so I don't know what they're doing there with him. Another just kind of middling in the pack right now, as he gets used in the Intercontinental scene for like 5 minutes. Then he disappears, and he's back in the Intercontinental scene for like 5 minutes, and he disappears, and he's back in the Intercontinental. So it's like, then we had The Miz, which The Miz coming in and being around reminded me that we didn't get an R-Truth spot this year. I think that's a true tragedy, because R-Truth is he's a treat. So I was kind of bummed we didn't get R-Truth. The Miz is okay. Did Miz things, what you would expect from The Miz showing up. And then at 15, it happened. The one thing I hoped would happen going into this Rumble from like 8 months ago. And it was, say his name and he appears. I believe in Joe Hendry. I as soon as the song hit, I was going to the bathroom real quick. I was like, nope, I can hold it. Came running back, sung the whole song along. Like, I love that the fans popped. I love the fans were like, you could hear audibly the clapping. You could hear them singing. Like, he's not just a viral sensation. He is a good wrestler. He has been putting in the work for years and years and years and years. So it's always great to see someone who's put in a lot of work and a lot of effort get rewarded for that. So I just love that he got a good reception from the fans. But then now let's get serious. And he had, his moments in the ring where he got to show off a little bit of his athleticism and stuff. Can't speaking too much. Get to show off a little bit just to like kind of get, more eyes onto what he can do in the ring, because he can actually wrestle pretty well. He's not just a successful meme that got attention the way, you need to find some way to get attention in this wrestling world. But at number 16, we get serious with the entrance of the one, the only, the head of the table, the tribal chief, Roman Reigns. So, obviously with the arrival of Roman Reigns, we kind of got into this very serious mode really quickly. Like, the match this is one of those things where like person shows up, whole atmosphere changes, the whole match style changes, the speed changes, everything just kind of felt completely different once Roman entered, and kind of like set up the rest of the theme for leading to the end. Then we had, where's it right there, 17, Drew McIntyre showed up next, and Drew and Roman had a lot of spats back and forth. So this is where I think we're setting up things for Roman to not have the title probably for the next year and a half, maybe even longer, because he doesn't need it. He held it for so long, and he's so big now, and he's so over and stuff, that he doesn't need the title right now. I know a lot of people are like, oh, he needs the title back. No, he doesn't. He does not need the title. He has gotten to the point where he can go a year or two without the title, and he's still going to be just as big with or without the title. The title doesn't add anything to him right now. It doesn't add anything to his feuds. And I think there's a list of feuds he can go through without title needing to be involved, so you can get other people the title and build them a little bit before Roman gets his next reign. So we'll see where that goes. Then we had 18, Finn Balor. He's there. I know a lot of people are panicking about him right now, because I know there's a lot of Finn Balor fans. I think you just gotta be patient again, because I know right now, oh, he's looking very weak in Judgment Day. Yes, so did Priest, and look where Priest is now. So relax, because they're setting up the breakup angle for the Judgment Day to finally end, and maybe after that, because they do need some credible heels. We'll see a Finn Balor kind of push post Judgment Day. We just gotta let that kind of story play out. Then we got Shinsuke Nakamura, who once again kind of looked very weak. Like, I would say pretty weak. Like, he didn't really do much in the. Not that I can think off the top of my head. Man, I remember that. Then we got number 20, the man who eventually eliminated Shinsuke. I'm sorry. The guy who hold up. I need stay hydrated, folks. Delicious water. Also, kick soda. I'm officially a month no soda. Woo. But we had Jey Uso come in and kind of show off for a bit. Ended up eventually eliminating Shinsuke. We had AJ Styles' big return, because a lot of people were worried that his injury, because of his age or whatever, was a potential career ender, was a potential one that could see him out for way too long. But instead he returned. Was a vital part of this end. Then we had Strowman come in, probably a little soon on that return, just because he just took the beating from Fatu last week. But guess we're just like, yeah, he's fine. He may have had his head crushed in and was bleeding all over himself and stuff, but he's fine now. And he ended up eliminating Jacob Fatu, so I guess we're gonna do that for a little bit. Kind of go back and forth there, I guess. Then we had at number 23 in his 23rd year. So, very good number. We had John Cena's official start of his final Royal Rumble. And followed him up with CM Punk, who will play a vital part in the coming moments of the match. Then we had Seth Rollins follow him. So we're just kind of like bam, 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 big name after big name after big name. So who are we going to do next? Dominic Mysterio. Kill the move with Dominic Mysterio. I can't. We love to hate him. I can't stand him, but I love his character. He's great. He does exactly what he needs to do as a heel. Perfect heel. Then at 27, at the lucky number 27, we had Sami Zayn. Which I forgot, he came out during the Cody KO match. Like he was going to do something, but didn't. I don't know if this was if they decided last minute to pull a audible at the last second, or if they were just like, nope, this is just, we're going to make it look like he's going to do something, and he's not, because he kind of was just there. And then we had at 28, we got the Damian Priest, who ended up eliminating Dominic Mysterio. So gotta get that last hit on Judgment Day, since he's been separated from him. So luckily, this should be the last interaction with Judgment Day for a while, unless Dominic did come over to SmackDown too. I don't know, because there was him talking with Nick Aldis a while back. So I'm hoping he didn't. I'm done with Judgment Day and Priest. If they do move Dominic over, they just keep those two separate from each other. 29, we had L.A. Knight. Yeah! And then we finished off number 30, Logan Paul. And with all these people, all these big names in the ring, I think that we were up to 10 in the ring all at one time. We get AJ eliminating LA Knight, because remember AJ was hater of the year, flying halfway across the world just to cost Night. Then we got what was it? We get the big moment of Punk eliminating Rollins and Reigns. So I think what they're setting up for, by the looks of it, is a 3-way headed into Mania, maybe. So that way neither of the three of them need to be in the title picture, but they can still have an epic match between the three of them. Maybe even you throw in McIntyre in there. I don't know, because those four have a like you would have to put like one of those like crazy wall charts with a bunch of red lines pointing to everything that connects them all together, because they all have history with each other and stuff, and it is never ending. So like I said, we looked at the names, and Punk, Rollins, and Roman weren't gonna win it because like I said, they've got their storyline they're pushing. And like I said, Roman, he has so many storylines you go through, because you could have him feud with the two of these, Punk and Rollins, for a while. And then afterwards, you could have him split off and continue the feud against, say he pins Punk at Mania or something, right? Then him and Rollins go off and have a solo feud for a while. And then when he's done with that, he can have a solo feud with McIntyre, because they kind of set, a lot of interactions between McIntyre and Roman. Then you have Roman and Fatu. So you've got Fatu. So you have a lot of, different storylines that Roman could do without having to involve anything to do with the title. So relax on that. Braun Strowman's not winning the title anytime soon. Sami Zayn's not winning it anytime soon. Damian Priest, I don't think they're gonna win the Rumble after he was just champion. Like, they're building him on their own without the Rumble. He was not ready for that moment yet, I guess. LA Knight, he's kind of been, since he dropped the US title, he's there. He's not really fallen off fan-wise, but he just isn't really doing much. They need to get him his next feud going. So, and then we got Jey Uso, also screw Logan, great wrestler, but not a huge fan of him. So that's all I'm gonna say. Jey Uso, John Cena, final two. I think everybody thought, John Cena's gonna win this, because he's going to go on main event WrestleMania and become champion number 17, get championship 17, and become the best of all time. But Jey won it. I wanted Jey to win it. I didn't think there was a shot in hell that Jey would win it, just because, like, I was blown away. Sorry. I was blown away that blown away that Jey won it, because I thought with all the names and Charlotte winning the obvious safe choice, winning it in the women's Rumble, I thought we were going to do the same thing in the men's Rumble. That we were going to kind of throw it away and just give it to John Cena or something, because I know a lot of people want Cena to win. But guys, relax. He's going to be here all year. And you want to know why he couldn't win? Because if he won, he already said in the press conference, he's immediately flying back to Hungary, I think it is, to keep filming the movies he's finishing up. So imagine the Royal Rumble winner just not showing up on Raw for the next month. Just doesn't even show up this Monday and goes like, woo, yeah, I won. I'll see you guys at WrestleMania and see you guys somewhere down the road. No, he's just gone. Just poof. He wins and then gone. We don't see him again at all. That would be terrible. That would be absolutely terrible. Okay? Like, horrific. So, no, because he, as he said when he first announced, he's like, look, there's the Rumble, there's the Elimination Chamber, there's Money in the Bank, he's gonna be around all year. He doesn't need to win every single thing, because then it will kind of just get like ridiculous, right? So just relax, breathe in, breathe out. Jey needed this after losing, right? Because he's starting to burn that main event moniker, right? He's got to earn it. And so now he's got the chance at WrestleMania in the main event to have a moment that, if done right, and I believe Triple H can do it right with the writers, we can have a moment like as big as Kofi, as big as Cody, as big as Daniel Bryan winning, right? We can have that huge, like, Jey rising from, oh, he's just a tag team specialist. He ain't never gonna be anything special. To all the stuff with him and Roman saying, you're nothing without me. I'm the reason you're relevant. Blah 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 blah. So it'd be great to see Jey, boom, rise up on his own. So I would say the men's rumble, 9 out of 10. I was to say, I didn't even realize till at work I was listening to music and Solo's theme came on. Is Solo hurt? Did I miss that Solo's hurt or something? I didn't even look it up before deciding to record this. But is Solo hurt? Where'd he go? Why was he not even in the Rumble? Are we just gonna let him out for a few months to kind of like reset, and when he comes back they'll have a whole new storyline, because I know they're not doing like any more interactions of the bloodline and stuff like that. So because I guess they just don't want him to immediately turn around and get turned on by Jacob. So I don't know. I didn't even realize, and that's probably a little bit of a problem, that I didn't realize till like several hours later that Solo missing. And then there was someone else that was like, I'm surprised they weren't in it. I don't know, because I know there was, instead of Speed, I wish we would have gotten an R-Truth moment. But that's just because I love R-Truth. He should be in the Hall of Fame, period. One day, but. So, again, by match, 6 out of 10 for the Women's Rumble. I'd say 5 out of 10 probably for the tag match. I'd say 10 out of 10 for Cody KO. And I'd probably put the men's 9 out of 10. Though the ending definitely made me want to make it a 10 out of 10, because I was surprised. I was happy they went with Jey Uso. Jey Uso now has to win a Mania, has to become the world champion and hoist it in the main event of WrestleMania. That would be a huge moment. But, I like the storylines we advanced. I wish we would have done a little more with the Women's Rumble. But, like I said, the talent level in NXT Women's needs them, they need to take some of it and inject it into the main roster for women, and to buff it up a little bit. So, maybe we'll do that here soon, hopefully. But for now, it's going to be it for the Royal Rumble. Kind of take... like I said, as I want to do this year, I want to do more talking around it, so we can kind of just, like I said, I want to meet new people to talk with and stuff, not just fight and argue with and disagree. Just kind of have, I like having conversations about things I enjoy. So if you agree, disagree, remember, keep it civil in the comments, please. And again, for those upset about John Cena, 1, he's not going to be here for a month now. And then 2, he's going to be in the Elimination Chamber. And let's talk about that for 1 second. That's going to be one hell of a stacked Elimination Chamber, because we're likely going to have John Cena versus Roman Reigns versus CM Punk versus Seth Rollins versus McIntyre. And I would say probably they throw in Priest in there or something as the 6th. Or something. It's going to be a crazy, we're probably going to have, just as we had one of the most stacked Rumbles, we're probably going to have a super stacked Elimination Chamber. So let Triple H cook. He's doing fine. Wrestling's been probably its best in a long time. So just relax, breathe, and I'll see you guys at the review for Elimination Chamber, the one I just mentioned. But till then, check out my other videos, check out my shorts. Woo! I'm flying again. And yeah. Good. Bye.